Hi guys, this is Rajeshri. Welcome to my channel. We are continuing the series of Advanced Java lectures. So, in today's lecture, we will see character stream classes. Character stream classes are basically used for input and output characters for reading or writing of the characters in streams. Character stream classes provides mechanism for input and output of characters. Character streams are defined using two abstract classes at the top of hierarchy, reader and writer. See, if you remember, basically the streams are divided into two types. Streams can be byte oriented or it can be character oriented. Byte oriented part we have already seen the stream classes which are done or which are using byte oriented that we have seen. For the reference, I am providing link in description box. Now we are moving towards the next type, that is character oriented stream classes. So just like byte oriented stream classes, here we are having character oriented stream classes. So the functions and hierarchy are near about same. Character oriented stream classes also having some hierarchy of classes, and basically this hierarchy is made up of two main abstract classes, and these are reader and writer. So character streams are defined using two abstract classes at the top of hierarchy, and that is reader and writer. So this is a basic structure or the top level of hierarchy. Character stream classes having two top level hierarchy abstract classes, that is reader and writer. So we will see one by one. First we will see hierarchy which is related with the reader classes. So reader, that means this is something related with input. All these are classes which we can use to read data or information from different sources or from different types of streams. So first, the top level hierarchy abstract class is reader. By using this reader class, we have derived, or there are number of derived subclasses, and these are buffer reader, char array reader, string reader, input stream reader, piped reader, filter reader. There is further next level hierarchy, next level derived classes also. So we are calling it as hierarchy. So number of classes are derived. These are the number of classes which are derived from the reader class. It's a hierarchy. For the filter class, filter reader class is derived, and that is the new class name is pushback reader. Just like input stream reader, by using this input stream reader class, the new class is derived, and that is file reader. And by using buffer reader class, line number reader class is derived. So these are the classes which are used only for input or for reading data from different source of streams. Every class is built for a specific purpose, for reading a data for a specific stream. So we will see use one by one. First we will just look at the basic structure of reader classes as well as writer classes. So these all are the set of classes or the hierarchy which are related for reading of data from stream. Now see the hierarchy for the writer classes. So the top level abstract class is writer. By using this writer class, number of classes are further derived, just like first buffer writer. See, now every class will have the word writer because these are all are the classes which are used for writing data into the stream. Cat writer class, string writer, output stream writer, piped writer, filter writer, print writer, and further output stream writer is derived, and the new by using outer stream writer class, the new class is derived, that is file writer. So as all these are the classes which are related to write data into stream, so the destinations where we are putting the data will be different, and with specific type of the destination, each and every class is built up over here. Again, the use of these writer classes we will see one by one. So these are the classes and the purpose. Here writer and the reader class are taken in pair just to understand it easily for sake of convenience. Buffer reader. So this buffer reader class is used to read characters from string and buffer. That means here whatever the data we are going to read, we will read it from buffer. Definitely reading is done by using character by character because here all these are classes which are under character oriented hierarchy. So reading characters one by one from buffer. Buffer writer. Buffer output character stream means writing characters into the buffer. Cat array reader is used for to read character from array. Reads from character array. So here we are reading character by character from array. Write cat array writer. Purpose writes to a character array. We are writing into character array character by character. File reader reads from file. So reading a file character by character, that is the purpose of file reader. File writer class writes to a file. This class is used to write into the file character by character. Filter reader. This is abstract class. Filter writer. This is again abstract class. Pushback reader returns the character to input stream. Print writer. Output stream containing print and println. So print and println, both of these functions we have used number of times in programming while doing programming in Java. So these are available in the class print writer. String reader. This is used to read from string. We are reading character by character from string. String writer writes to string. We are writing character by character to string. Piped reader represents an input pipe. Pipe writer represents an output stream. So these are the classes and their uses or purpose that just we had seen in diagram. So just like byte oriented stream classes, byte input stream classes, output stream classes, we had seen number of methods under byte stream classes. Very similar to these methods, there are again methods which are available for reader and writer class. Methods are almost similar, only with very minor difference, and that difference is instead of byte, here you will have everything which will be character by character. Now we will see methods which are used under reader and the writer classes. So these are the reader methods. First, int read returns an integer representation of next available character of input. -1 written at the string end. So as we know that reader classes are used to read data character by character from a given string. String can be any. It can be buffer, it can be character array, it can be string, it can be pipe or whatever, or a file, whatever it is. So whatever the source, whatever the whatever the reader class you have selected to create object, in every of the class, with every of the class, any of the class object, you can use these methods because all these methods are available at the top of the hierarchy, that is in the reader class. At the top level class, all these methods are available. So by using any down level class object, you can use these methods. That is very important. So first method, read method, is used to read a single character from a given input stream, that is from given source. Whatever the number of characters we are reading, one by one, a single character we are going to read from the given stream. And whatever the character you are reading, its integer equivalent is going to be returned. And at the end of stream, you will get return value as -1. In other words, we can say that end of stream is indicated by -1 return value, and that this is a very important thing while doing programs by using reader classes. Next, here we are having multiple overloads with the read method. So this is overload: int read argument char buffer. That means here we are having array of characters as argument. So this method is used: read up to buffer length characters into buffer and return actual number of characters that are read. At the end, returns -1. What it means? It means that here we are going to read array of characters first. Up to the length of this character array, as name is given buffer, I can say buffer length. So up to the length of this array, we can read all the characters by using this read method. It may happen that the length of this length of this array is suppose 10, but actual only 4 characters are available. 4 characters are filled up in this array, remainings are blank. So even though the size is 10, maximum, or as only 4 characters are available, only 4 characters will get read over there. So the return value will be 4. That means after executing this method, even though it is reading up to the length of this character array, whatever the number of characters it is reading, actually that much number of characters, that value will be returned. So here it is written that returns actual number of characters that are read. Again here, end of stream is indicated by -1. Next overload: int read char buffer int offset int numchars. So it may happen that we are having array of characters, but we don't want to read that complete array. From specific location up to the specific number of characters, we want to read from array. For example, let us consider we are having this char array of size 10, that is characters available from location index 0 to 9, and we want to read character from index location to and from there we want to read only 5 characters. So how it can be? So here the name of char array will be there. Here I will write offset as 2. Here I will write 5. That means array location 2, then location 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. These 5 location characters, 5 index locations will get read. It is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These index locations will get read, as we are saying that only 5 num chars we want to read. And out of that, if some characters are not available, there are some blanks, definitely it is not possible to read. So out of that, how much characters are read, actually that will be the return value. So the description is written that attempts to read up to characters into buffer starting at buffer offset, that means starting with this location whatever specified, and returns the number of characters that are read. So here number of characters it will return that are read. So at the end of string it returns -1. Void close is used to close input string. Next, skip method. While reading character by character from the given source of data, if we want to skip some number of characters, we can use this skip method. So skip method is used to skip number of characters, and what are the number of characters we want to skip, that we have to mention as an argument. For example, if I am writing skip in bracket 5, that means it skips 5 characters. If I am writing skip 10, it skips 10 characters from the given input string. So here any long argument can be possible, and return type it is again long. Int available. This method is used to return number of characters currently available for reading. So whatever the stream you are using, whatever the source you are using to read data, in that stream, in that source, whatever the number of characters are available, that is size or length you can say, so that you will get by using this available with method, it will count the number of characters available in that stream and that value will be returned. Void mark. It is just like a bookmark. This method again it is similar with the byte oriented stream classes, byte stream classes. So this mark method here in bracket as argument we have to specify int numchars. So it places a mark at current point in input stream and remains valid till number of characters are read. That means whatever the stream we are reading, so at the current position where you are reading the, or can say the pointer on which you are, so at that place it put a mark, and whatever the argument you are passing, if it is 10, that means up to reading 10 characters, that mark or your bookmark will remain there in your stream. If I am saying my argument is 50, up to reading 50 characters, the mark or the bookmark will remain in your stream. So this is just like bookmark. Void reset. So it is used to reset pointer to previously set mark. So whatever the previously set from the current position, it will go back to the previous mark if it is available, and if there is no any mark available in your stream, it will goes to the beginning of your stream. So that is use of reset. Next, these all are now the writer class methods. So we are able to write characters into our stream. So let us see what are the different write methods are available. There are total 5 overloads of write method. We will see one by one. Void write in bracket int char. Int char, that is ch. What it means? Writes a single character to an output stream. Writing a single character to the output string is use of this write method, even though we are writing the character but your argument is integer. What it means? Integer equivalent of that character we are going to write into our output stream. Clear? Okay. Next, write in bracket all these. Yes, very important thing. All these methods, whatever we had seen with reader method or the on the writer class methods, these all are the instance method. That is very important part of this lecture or these methods, because as there is no static keyword available, it means that all these are instance methods. So if we want to execute any of the reader method or the writer method, it is compulsory to have the object of the related writer class or reader class, right? Okay. Oh, again come to the writer methods. So all these methods having the return type void, that is nothing to be returned. Okay. Next, write overload, write in bracket char buffer. So as an argument, we are having character array. Here, character array name I am using as a buffer. Write some array of characters to an output stream. So whatever the character array we are having over here, so these character array we are going to write into the output stream. If we are having some character array but we don't want to write this complete array to the stream, part of that stream, or you can say substream, subrange of the characters we want to write into the output stream, that facility is again available. So for that we can use this overload void write char buffer, that is character array int offset in numchar, where offset specifies the starting location from where it specifies from which index location within your array you want to start writing the character, and in numchars this number indicates that how many number of characters from that array you want to write into your stream. So the meaning is writes a subrange of numchars characters from the array buffer beginning at offset. For example, if it is void, if it is suppose my name of the character or char array is suppose buffer, so buffer comma suppose it is 2 comma 5, it means that to my if my offset is 2, it means that from index position 2 within my array buffer I want to start writing, and from 2 I want to write total 5 characters into string. So index 2, then index 3, then index 4, then index 5, then index 6. This total 5 index locations I want to write onto the output string. So offset specifies beginning and numstat specifies number of characters we want to write from the given array. Void write. So these char buffer and string str, these are very similar. What is the difference? Only here we are using character array, while here we are using a string. So this method is used to write a string to a string. So whatever the string we are placing as an argument, it will get written to the string. If we don't want to write that complete string, we want to write a substring, that is again possible. For that we can use this method, write string str comma int offset comma int numchars. Again here offset specifies beginning of the beginning position, and numchar specifies the total number of characters you want to write as substring. So internally string is considered as array of characters. So if I'm let us consider my string size is my string size is suppose 10, and from location from third character I want to write characters within, that is string in this string str, whatever the third character is there, it is third character, that means offset will be 2. So from that 2 location I want to start writing, and total 5 characters I want to write. So that can be specified. Here I will put up my string str, and here I will specify 2, here I will specify 5. That means out of the string it will specify, it will put up the substring which will get start from the index location 2, and after that it will count 5 number of characters. So this is used to write a subrange of numchars characters from a string beginning at offset. Void close, this is used to close output stream, and flush method is used to clear the buffer. So these all are the methods which are related to writer class. So from any of the down level classes, from any of the hierarchy class, you can use this all these any of the writer method, because these are all are available in the top level abstract class, that is writer. So I also the how to use these methods, writer methods, reader methods, that we will see in next lecture. So we will see some program demo for using writer and reader method. So I hope you understood this theoretical part of reader and writer methods, the hierarchy of reader writer classes, and the character oriented streams or the character stream classes. Okay, thanks for watching. Keep watching.